Ron Howard's story does not begin with red carpets or Hollywood privilege, but in Duncan, Oklahoma, in 1954, inside a modest home where dreams often felt bigger than the walls surrounding them. Born to Gene Spiegel Howard and Rance Howard, two young actors determined to build a life through creativity, Ron grew up watching his parents chase opportunity with quiet courage. They were not wealthy, not connected, and certainly not guaranteed success, yet they carried something more powerful than comfort: persistence. When they made the bold decision to move west toward Hollywood, they arrived with almost nothing, settling into a tiny apartment where every bill mattered and every sacrifice was felt. From those early years, Ron learned that ambition was not about glamour, but about endurance, discipline, and the willingness to keep going when life offered no shortcuts. First steps into acting. Ron's entrance into the entertainment world was almost accidental, yet it became the first chapter of a lifelong journey. At just 4 years old, he landed a small role in The Journey, a moment that hinted at his natural ease in front of the camera. But it was only the beginning. At 6 years old, Ron became Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show, a role that would make him one of the most beloved child actors in America. From 1960 to 1968, his gentle charm and sincerity brought warmth into millions of homes. Yet despite the fame, his parents stayed grounded, saving most of his earnings and living simply. They wanted Ron to understand that success could be fleeting, but stability and responsibility could last a lifetime. Growing up under fame. As Ron moved into his teenage years, the spotlight did not guarantee security. Like many child actors, he faced uncertainty, long gaps between roles, and auditions that led nowhere. The future was never assured. Then, in 1974, everything changed again when he became Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. Overnight, Ron was no longer just a former child star. He was a national symbol of youthful charm and American optimism. Fame followed quickly, but Ron never allowed celebrity to define him. While others might have been swept away by the attention, he found himself increasingly fascinated by something beyond acting: the world behind the camera, where stories were shaped, crafted, and brought to life through vision rather than performance alone. The question that reshaped his life. Even at the height of his acting career, Ron Howard wrestled with a quiet but powerful question: was acting all he was meant to do? It was not dissatisfaction nor rejection of success, but an inner pull towards something deeper. While his peers chased the next role, Ron began watching directors, studying the rhythm of filmmaking, and imagining what it would mean to tell stories from the other side of the lens. His curiosity grew slowly but steadily, becoming less of an interest and more of a calling. He realized he didn't just want to be part of stories, he wanted to shape them. Walking away at the peak. In 1980, with Happy Days still thriving and acting opportunities wide open, Ron made a decision that stunned many. He stepped away from acting. Producers were surprised, fans confused, and colleagues unsure why anyone would leave such a successful path. But for Ron, it wasn't about abandoning fame, it was about authenticity. He wanted to direct, to create, and to build something that belonged to his own vision. Leaving acting was not an ending, but a leap of faith into a future that would define him far more than anyone expected. A director emerges. Ron's transition into directing was not slow or uncertain, it was immediate and remarkable. Films like Splash in 1984 and Cocoon in 1985 proved that he was not simply experimenting, he was discovering his true voice. Audiences responded, critics noticed, and Hollywood began to see him differently. Ron had an instinctive ability to blend emotional resonance with entertainment, turning simple stories into experiences that lingered long after the credits rolled. It became clear that he was no longer a child actor turned director. He was a filmmaker with real depth, precision, and heart. Building Imagine Entertainment. In 1986, Ron reached another milestone when he co-founded Imagine Entertainment with Brian Grazer. This was more than a business move. It was a declaration of independence. Imagine became a powerhouse, producing films and television projects that shaped popular culture for decades. For Ron, ownership meant freedom, the ability to guide stories from beginning to end, to take creative risks, and to build a lasting legacy. Imagine Entertainment was not just a company, it was the foundation of his long-term influence in Hollywood. Defining films and lasting impact over the years, Ron Howard created films that became cultural landmarks. While Splash and Cocoon introduced him as a director, projects like Parenthood and Apollo 13 cemented him as one of Hollywood's most respected storytellers. Then came A Beautiful Mind in 2002, a defining moment that earned him Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Picture. The film showcased his rare ability to balance complex narratives with emotional accessibility, proving that Ron could handle stories of depth without losing the human heart at the center. His work consistently reflected discipline, intuition, and the ability to connect with audiences across generations. Private struggles behind success. From the outside, Ron Howard's life appeared almost flawless: acclaim, wealth, influence, and stability. But behind the curtain, challenges existed that fame could never erase. His younger brother, Clint Howard, struggled with addiction for years, facing cycles of setbacks and personal battles. These experiences tested the Howard family deeply, requiring patience, support, and resilience. Ron's success did not shield him from hardship, but it reinforced the importance of family, responsibility, and staying grounded even when life becomes difficult. Loss, grief, and human vulnerability. Even as his career flourished, Ron faced profound personal loss. His mother, Jean, passed away in 2000 after long-term health struggles, leaving a void that success could never fill. In 2017, his father, Rance, also passed, closing the chapter on the two people who had shaped his earliest foundations. In 2023, Cindy Williams, a dear friend from his early days in American Graffiti, also died, adding another layer of grief. These losses reminded Ron, and the world watching him, that even extraordinary lives are still deeply human, marked by heartbreak and vulnerability. A family built on stability. Amid Hollywood pressures, Ron built a personal life rooted in love and consistency. In 1975, he married Cheryl Alley, beginning a partnership that has lasted nearly 5 decades, rare in an industry known for instability. Together, they raised 4 children, including Bryce Dallas Howard, who became a talented actress and director in her own right. Ron and Cheryl created a home filled with normalcy, laughter, and support, protecting their family from the chaos of celebrity culture. For Ron, family became the anchor that kept him steady through decades of public life. Giving back beyond film. Ron Howard's influence extends beyond entertainment into philanthropy. Through the Ron and Cheryl Howard Family Foundation, he has supported children's hospitals, arts programs, education initiatives, and veteran causes. His charitable work reflects a belief that success carries responsibility. For Ron, impact is not measured only in awards or box office numbers, but in service, empathy, and the lives improved through generosity. Wealth with purpose. Financially, Ron Howard's career has been extraordinary, with an estimated net worth around $200 million, yet the numbers are only part of the story. True wealth for Ron has been the freedom to create meaningful work, nurture his family, and maintain control over his career. His longevity proves that Hollywood success requires not just talent, but foresight, discipline, and the ability to evolve with integrity. Legacy of reinvention. Ron Howard's life is a testament to reinvention and courage. From a child actor in Oklahoma to a teenage idol, then to a director, entrepreneur, and cultural force, he has never stopped evolving. Each transition was shaped by curiosity, discipline, and authenticity. He showed that true success is not staying in one lane, but having the courage to follow purpose even when the world expects you to remain comfortable. A story still being written. Even today, Ron Howard continues to create films, documentaries, and projects through Imagine Entertainment, remaining an active storyteller and mentor for new generations. His career spans more than 6 decades, not because of luck, but because of resilience, humility, and vision. Ron Howard's legacy is not only in the stories he has told, but in the example he sets, that success can coexist with decency, ambition with compassion, and achievement with love. Closing reflection. From Duncan, Oklahoma to the heights of Hollywood, Ron Howard's journey is one of perseverance, reinvention, and heart. He has faced the pressures of fame, personal loss, family struggles, and the constant challenge of staying authentic in an industry that often rewards illusion. Yet through it all, he has remained grounded, committed to storytelling, family, and service. His life reminds us that true legacy is not measured only in awards or wealth, but in integrity, resilience, and the courage to keep growing into who you were meant to become.